My final media product is the film review. The review is obviously an important document for my audience to read and factually give them information to make up their mind about going to see the film or not that's being reviewed. The review itself should of course be a good quality, but so should the actual layout design with the graphics it's using. Usually a film review gives out the useful information like who the director is, who has starred in it, how long it is, the age certification of the film, and the release date, which also comes with a short plot of what the film is about too. You also have the star rating, of course. I've accomplished all of these conventions in my own review, giving away a handful of nice information which builds the film's reputation up already. With this comes the image, or images in this case. With every review you have to have at least an image which suits and suggests who the protagonist is, or even a screen grab of an important moment in the film. I've challenged this convention and thought about the significance that my characters hold in my film. Like I said, I felt the significance totally changes right at the end of the film. It isn't Grace who holds this significant amount of power, it changes and goes to Ryan. It almost suggests to me that why should Grace be the only person on the review in terms of imagery? It's got a cast of 3 people, so surely there's space and availability for there to be 3 images of them each on the review, and that's what I've done here. It's there for the readers to introduce themselves to the characters, to get used to seeing these familiar faces. Another reason behind this is the fact that it's about knowing who's in the film you're seeing sometimes. Total Film Reviews only have the one important screen grab from the film, and so does Empire. By having 3, I'm challenging this convention, as I believe there should be a mixture of people in the review who star in the film. I have more of a chance to attract all types of audiences then by having one solo image of each of them, one being a 17-year-old girl, an 18-year-old boy, and a 41-year-old woman. I can attract a brand new audience, which I thought I wouldn't in this case, but many mothers around their 40s seeing a character member who's also a mum and is around the same age as them could be quite attracted to the film. It's all about your personal role model, having that one character who you see yourself as being as, like Theorist, Blumler and Katz referred to. In the modern day, we're only watching films and TV for a character that fits in with our own personal features, whether they look the same as us or like the same things as we do. We want to be them. It means we're more interested in the films as we want to watch it more and more. And that helps with advertisement too. Making columns where our review should fit within the layout is a common convention to the modern day, and it is a must-need to when it comes to film reviews. You have to create a nice and neat review in order to create a good impression for the readers. I've done just that for my review, making the experience of reading the review easy so that the audience have an easy opportunity to get a feel of the film comfortably. Total Film and Empire do just the same as well. Within the actual text, I feel more film reviews need to illustrate the themes of the film. A theme of Ghost is how largely used an iPhone is by Grace. She constantly messages Ryan on it. To respond to this in the review is illustrations of an actual iPhone itself. This all portrays how Grace's life revolves around her phone, and the actual film is all about the technology of mobile phones too. This is, don't get me wrong, this is only one part of the film. It's not all to do with technology. This itself, where reviewers refer to the actual themes of the film that's being reviewed, doesn't get used enough. We see pull quotes, but nothing to do with this creative side of things, like illustrations, which to me makes the review look more interesting and makes it more appealing and approachable for when readers are flicking through the magazine. If I were to refer this to conventions, I wouldn't know where to place it. It's something we don't see in a film review, but it's also something that doesn't have to be included in reviews, if that makes sense. But I feel like it should. Film reviews are there to advertise new films, and by referring to these themes in which could attract the reader might just work. You might also pull in a new type of audience that you didn't think you were going to pull in for your film as well. Within the review, I've copied the usual convention in film reviews and used a pull quote. The pull quote is there to create a high level of tension and enigma. This quote being, you see so many things that happen to girls your age on the news, which asks the questions that, what may happen to the girl that's being talked about here? You want to know more, and that helps with pulling in your audience more and more to watch the film. As well as this, the gutter width, which ultimately is the width between the two pages, has to be the same, and that's only applied if you're creating a double page spread, which of course I am. This again goes with the presentation of the review. You need to include a nice equal gutter width, so to speak, to show off the review. Something that Total Film included as an item in their review is films similar to that film being reviewed. I think this is an incredibly effective item which doesn't receive enough credit. It sets a perfect ambition for your readers to have in their heads if they're seeing that the film is very much the same as films like Psycho and the others, all films that have won awards in the past, and certainly sets the bar for what Ghosted may or might be like, then your audience want to see that and see that happen. It's another item which doesn't have to be added into the review, but it just helps if you're wanting to grab attention for your readers to watch the film. I guess for me, I obviously grabbed this convention from Total Film, but not so much Empire. So this is a convention that goes for Total Film review alone here. I certainly wanted to do that for my review, to grab the audience's attention, and I felt it does what it does, purely creating great things linked with Ghosted, and specifically advertises my film strongly. If these films are, if my film, is supposedly to be the same as Psycho and the others, and they are magnificent films. I've stolen certain elements from both reviews though, and what I mean here is both Total Film and Empire. The layout though was down to my own choice. For the last convention, which isn't even a convention, is my last item I haven't talked about yet. The Did You Know column was purely down to my own choice, placed in an illustrated mobile phone to share the facts and statistics to portray the film being intriguing. You see many films that have a fact and statistic that's just for that one standalone film. It certainly satisfies the audience, and sharing some facts and figures about Ghosted might mean we interest our audience to watch the film from not just the storyline, from what they've read in the review, but what the film is known for. They will want to see it to believe it, as they say, and this item might actually be really effective. I'm aware that not many film reviews do this item in their own reviews, or certainly not any, actually, I'm not too sure, but film websites like IMDb, which is the place for data based on movies, do and can make films unique, which comes with making your film different amongst the rest that lies in the same genre as yours.